I want to know a little bit more about the choices I would make or somebody would make towards protein or towards carbohydrate, let's say for a breakfast option.
Every single body is different. You know, like there are some people that when they have oatmeal in the morning, they need to take a nap. You know, they're better off with a protein in the morning and then have a grain or something at night. You know, if I'm going for a run, I'll have an egg, you know, because I want the protein, but I'll have it with the carbohydrate. You know, I'll have it with a whole grain bread or something like that. If I'm ready to chill out or I just need to do like a lot of brain work and I need a lot of glucose, I'll have a full bowl of oatmeal, I'll have walnuts on it, you know. I mean, really, it
like
all
a slow burn.
Slow burn, yeah. All depends on what I need to do that day. So it's a matter of getting in touch with what your needs are and really listening. You know, like I tell clients, if you eat something and you don't feel good afterwards, it's a sign from your body not to eat it.
Exactly. When I speak to my clients and friends, there's all this concern about organic versus non-organic food. And I'd like to know your opinion in terms of why would you go with one as opposed to the other? What are the benefits from your point of view?
I'll give you a great example.
Sure.
This piece of corn, if this piece of corn is sprayed with a chemical and the caterpillar goes on it and eats it and dies, that's not the corn that I want to put on in my body.
Good example.
Right? So the difference between the caterpillar, which is this big, and me is size. So pesticides accumulate in the fat cells. So it's going to kill me. It's just going to take a longer time. So it's so important for consumers to take their rights into their own hands and buy the best quality produce.
And the commercial food, what are you really against that's very damaging to people's health that you would say, get it out, eliminate it?
Immediately,
Sure.
Diet soda.
Well, tell us about that.
Get it out of your diet. It's awful. First of all, the phosphoric acid in soda causes, you know, calcium to be leached from the body. And they have all the chemical sweeteners. They're linked with MS, headaches, you know, just all sorts of physical problems in the body.
Sure.
What we need to drink is water.
Okay.
You know, water, it's the best stuff on earth. And, you know, it's the only thing that will actually quench thirst. So when you drink soda, you're still getting thirsty.
Tell me something about eating out. When you eat out or somebody's going to begin to make changes, how do they begin to read a menu, for instance?
Well, we have to think about American portions. First and foremost,
Very good point.
They're huge. So in America, you get a plate, right? And half of the plate is a steak, right? And then you get a little piece of green like this.
Okay.
So we need to switch that around and make it healthy. A lot of vegetables, fruits, whole grains, beans, or whatever you have, and then slivers of animal food. When I eat out, I keep in mind that there's always a better option. I just have to ask for it. And a lot of the restaurants are getting hip to that.
Yes.
And they'll have whole grain options. They'll have wild fish. You know, they'll have, you know, naturally raised animal products. There's always vegetables to choose from. You just got to choose them.
Well, what about fish? Let's talk about that for a moment.
The larger fish like tuna and swordfish, because they're bigger and because they're predator fish, they eat all the smaller fish. They have higher levels of PCBs, mercury, dioxin. So I generally go for the smaller fish like sardine, fluke, flounder, cod, scrod. I like wild salmon. You won't get me near a farm-raised salmon.
Right, especially Alaskan wild salmon.
Delicious.
Phenomenal. Alaskan halibut.
Fantastic.
Yep.
You're making me hungry.
There you go. Now, if somebody wants to make their own transition into this world, what are ways that they can begin to make changes? At home, at work, for instance?
Just make better choices as often as possible. Make sure the house is stocked up with fruits and vegetables so that when you come home from work, there's something to make.
Sure.
You know, and people say to me, I don't have time to cook. I don't have time to do this. Well, they better make time. Because if they don't make time now, they're going to be spending a lot of time in the hospital and at the doctor's office, you know, with everything that comes from not taking care of themselves right
Certainly.
now.
Healthy Living now has a new home where you can get fresh ideas, entertaining content, and practical tips to help you squeeze the most out of life. Lime, healthy living with a twist.